Hello, my name is Francis. Welcome to MyBoxingCoach.com. The uppercut, technically the most difficult shot that we throw in boxing. In this video, I'm going to work through 6 uppercuts with you, so that you've got a really good understanding of how to let an uppercut go to the head. Literally, someone else's head, not your own head. And literally speaking, not metaphorically. Before we start, download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit, 64 pages packed full of information and advice to help you achieve your aims and objectives, whether they be fitness or in competitive boxing. You'll not regret downloading that book. Right, 3 uppercuts. Let's demonstrate them. What we're going to do, we'll go through demonstrations. I'll show you how to throw them correctly, and then we'll work through the common faults for each. And then we'll go through some ways to throw them, things to do them with, what you can serve with the uppercut, so that it's not on its own. Right, think about ranges before we get started. There are 5 ranges in boxing. So if I'm here, when someone's over there, that's out of range. When someone's just beyond the length of my outstretched arm, that's edge of range. When someone can be hit by my jab, that's long range. If someone's head is no closer than the length of my extended upper arm, that's mid range. If someone's closer within this space, that's short range. 5 ranges. I just find it a nice way, and that's, you know, it's a spectrum. But it's a nice way of breaking things down so that you can work out what punches to use at what range. So let's work through. Let me just show you short range uppercut, backhand uppercut. And from the side. I'll show you the mid-range backhand uppercut. And from the side. And then finally, the long range backhand uppercut. From the side. Right. What's going on there? Key thing is drive off the rear leg. Every one of these shots, they need to start down here, not up here. So drive off that rear leg, really get the hips around, front leg bends, and especially with the close range uppercut, the hip needs to come round and kind of go up as well. So it's there, front leg bends to accommodate the rotation. Drive round, get that arm onto the vertical plane as soon as you can. Boom, and it lands there. Same with each of the mid-range shots. It's all in the rotation. The lead hand uppercut, same principle. Whereas the backhand uppercut, we're driving off that leg. Lead hand, we drive off that leg. So short range, 1. Yeah, there as well. So you can see it's the opponent's head is here. So you're still driving lots of good power, but you're only doing that because you're driving from the leg. And then mid-range. And from that side. Should probably show you from that side as well. And then of course long range. Some people call it the up jab at long range. So there's the jab, the up jab. I hate that phrase. I don't know why. I just don't like it. It doesn't work for me. To me, it's a long range uppercut. Boom, you lift the head. It's not a power shot, but again, you're landing on the vertical plane. See the way the forearm is on the vertical. That's an uppercut. Common faults under rotation. It's the same. I come up with the same common fault for pretty much every punch, because under rotation is a massive problem. People don't realise they're doing that. You know, under rotation is the difference between landing a punch and it having an effect, and landing a punch and it not. Or even worse, not landing the punch because it's technically inferior. Common faults, so under rotation. Don't, you know, if you under rotate with an uppercut, it won't land as an uppercut. If you under rotate, you don't get the hips around, you will not be able to land that forearm on the vertical. It'll land there. That's not an uppercut. It's not an uppercut. I won't get into the detail of that, but it's not an uppercut. Uppercuts have to land on the vertical, which is that next common fault. Just make sure it lands vertically. If you do nothing else, make sure that that forearm is vertical when the shot lands. Exaggeration. It's a high risk punch. It's risky enough without you going and bringing the punch down here. Well, I mean, what good is any hand in boxing down there? You know, there. Well, you know, minimise the risk. What's the difference between that hand? Where does it go? Okay, it's not really dropping below the position. You don't have to go like that. You don't have to do a bolo punch. You know, don't take on additional risk if you don't have to. And ways of throwing, well, there's Old Faithful, you know, off the jab. You know, you could just add off the jab for every punch you throw, because the jab sets everything up really well. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2, you don't bring it up that way. You can throw them as just singles, clean singles. Back comes towards you, opponent comes towards you, boom! From there, whack. Or you can join them together, 1, 2, lots of rotation there. You find if you can try and do a whole round on the heavy bag where you're just throwing well executed uppercuts, they are tiring. It's a lot of mechanics going on, there's a lot of physical demands placed upon you. So, if you're just in it for fitness, learn to throw uppercuts well. They really will push you to the limit. Of course, you can double them up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Two distinct and separate punches. 1, 2. Of course, you can just tap, whack. Done other videos on tap and whack, but you can do that. And if a couple of punches were ever going to go out on a dinner date, the uppercut and the hook are perfect matches. They'd spend their lives together. Drive off, stored energy, bang. 1, head comes up, 2. Boom, 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 boom. Drive it round. Here's a little demo of me using a maze bag, by far the best piece of quick kit to work uppercuts with. So have a little look at this. Okay, there you go. Worth practicing slow, as with everything else. Just get the feel of it, enjoy the mechanics, get the rotation right. It's all good, it's all good. Download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.